Hey, this is King Arthur Chuck. Getting into the world, believe it or not, this is Chuck, King Arthur Chuck. I hope you can hear me. Getting into the world of technology here, Just wondering this, maybe I'll just adjust this back a little bit because it might be a little too low. Okay, there we go. Getting into the technology, you know how you sexually here, you see them aliens like in Cocoon where they absorb one another, and that girl has sex with that Gittenberg dude, that curly-headed dude. He played in he played in Police Academy and stuff, and but he played, whatever, the dude, and that chick that's in a human form, and she's an alien. She absorbs into his body, and they have sex. And mind satisfies his soul electronically. Their souls have sex. Like Spock could reach out and have sex on Star Trek. He could touch a person's mind, a girl, and she'd have a wet dream. And you gotta, you imagine if you get a faggot homo and stuff. Imagine if you get this guy was just standing there looking at me like being a nosy body. Anyway, imagine if you get some homo that's a queer and possesses your mind at night. You imagine that, like a demon, like a queer trying to screw you. Ooh, that'd be nasty, wouldn't it? Ooh, god damn. But they're promoting all that homo stuff anymore. But I don't care for none of that stuff. I respectfully of women, hey, I do to a point. I'm nasty, rude, and crude anyway. This dude walking by me, he was looking, being a nosy fuck, seeing what the fuck I was doing, old man fart. But he walked by, I think he was. But anyway, we quickly had to pause. But imagine with technology the way it's getting now, electronically, they're coming up with everything, bionics and all this, help your eyes to see better, tapping in on the person's mind to make things work electronically. Imagine though, with the technology, in the future, maybe 150 years, 100 years, and it depends on how the world's going with technology. But quit talking around the bullshit here. Let's get to it. Imagine a guy or a girl, they'd be able to email. You'd be able, with technology, you email 100 people, women. People having wet dreams at night. Girls having orgasms at night in their dream. They're making love, and you're touching one another. And the same thing with guys. They have wake up with a fucking wet pants. They fucking just creamed in their dream there. So, had a wet dream in the night. But imagine you'd be able to do it in a daydream. Where you project out electronically, like send an email to 100, like a business, send an email to 1,000 different people. Imagine you find the right girls, man. You email them and you find out who their statistics. So you'd have to have a high security to protect all that, because women would be invaded all the time, or guys would be invaded. They get raped and they're electronically raped. People get their mails getting hacked and everything, right? We're all getting raped one way or another. Our accounts, our credit, it's getting fucked over. We're getting stolen from in a form of, you're getting electronically raped this time. But imagine you'd be able to send out electronically through your mind, and you would feel it, and you'd have the scent and smell of her, the women you electronically have sex with. You reach out and touch them on with your mind, and you'd see what you're doing in their mind. They'd see what you're doing. You'd be having sex in the mind with them, and they'd go through their body functions, would go through the full physical absorption, and you'd feel them physically, and they'd feel you physically touching them in your mind, and your body would feel the effects. Just think about it. It's Freeman King Arthur signing off. Man, fuck, really, man. Hey, man, you're going to have high-tech security, just like on Star Trek. People could be kidnapped. Their houses could be robbed with that Star Trek transporter. You could beam shit on somebody. You could beam shit. Beam a pile of shit. Like how about in the Trouble with Tribbles, at the end, Mr. Scott beamed all the whole fellowship of Tribbles, those furry creatures he found. He beamed them over to the Klingons in their engineering. So think about it. That's what I'm saying. And on Data, on Star Trek, we ain't talking about Star Trek, but Data was kidnapped, and so was Deanna Troi and her mother, by the Ferengi, them dudes that like looking at women naked, beaming them in their ship naked and stuff. And they did in one of the episodes. Sexy. King Alpha, Chuck Freeman signing off. Some of them women on Star Trek, they broke grounds, man. Look at the short skirts they were wearing. And you could see through their clothes. Back in the day, that was like PG, before PG came out on the before it was allowed. So think about it. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of, you know, the future technology.